I'm Karin from the Molen. I'm a site-specific artist from the Netherlands. And I usually work in nature or outdoor. Usually I make works that are site-specific. And so when I was asked to think of a work for this place, for Rittisberg, I start looking in the internet and how does it look, how do the villages look like? Is there some kind of historic thing of interest for me or for nature? And I got intrigued by the roofs made of shingle, the little wooden plates that still many houses have here. And I thought it was very beautiful because it's a natural material. It is made from the trees that come from here. And my idea of the forest is that it is a kind of shelter for everybody, for the animals, for the plants and the flowers and the trees, and for people as well. So it was a kind of spontaneous idea to make small roofs that give this idea of a shelter place. It looks maybe a little bit like a tiny village. You can have shelter from rain or whatever, but of course it's like an abstract idea. I like it when there is like a second layer or there are more layers to the work. Usually I don't use text in my work, but since the roof is like a very straightforward shape, I was looking for a way to include poetry. I came across indigenous languages in which they don't call a tree a tree. A tree is either speaking or crying, or everything is doing something. And I thought this was a really nice concept. So I made like very tiny poems that are written inside the roofs that make you maybe see nature in a different way. Every little poem has a little bit different atmosphere. Some are maybe a bit melancholic, like there is a weeping glacier and a mourning trout. Others have like maybe a bit romantic touch, but anyhow they make you see nature as something really alive. First, I hope if people come down this path, it's very nice little path through the forest, that there is a surprise. There is something that you don't expect in a forest. So, and the surprise is very good to take you out of your own thoughts. You kind of stumble over something and you try to see nature or your surroundings in a different way. And I hope people will take the time to or feel invited to have a closer look and see what is happening here. For example, right now there's wind, so the whole installation is moving a bit in the wind. It's not a static object, and so if at all there is a message, I don't really think there is a message, but it's maybe an invitation to see nature in a different way and also accept that everything changes all the time, because the artwork will change over the years, over the seasons. It's made of natural material. The roofs that are made of this shingle, you can see anywhere. After a year they turn gray, they get another color. The gold inside will get another color. Just the text will stay the same. If everything like here is natural material, it doesn't really stick out from nature. And gold or metal anyway is a natural material as well. And then it has this special feeling of being something very precious. If there is a message, then it would be maybe that this is a very precious place. Nature is very precious Maybe I would like to give this feeling, to convey this emotion, and hopefully gold can have a role in that. One of my specialties is that I don't really have a specialty. So every work for me is a challenge because I work with new material. I never touched a shingle before in my life, and I also never did anything with gold. The process was rather smooth, but working with a very flimsy gold and with a relief in it, and on a kind of rough wood was a challenge. But I think it's also nice because I think this kind of gold is maybe usually used for icons and things with a very smooth surface. So combined the material and my way of working with it makes it look lively. It's not an industrial product. Yeah, the surface is like, it's moving, like everything is moving. Well, of course, the very special thing about Ramsau is that from anywhere here you see beautiful mountains. In the process, we got a lot of help. Anyway, I came with a friend who helped me throughout the work, but also people from here, from Ramsau, from the project, helped in the work. Some of them maybe don't have any experience with art before, but know very well how to work with wood and things like that. So for me, the biggest compliment was when the work was finished, and one of them, who is a real specialist in woodwork, he said he thought it was really beautiful and impressive. Yeah, coming from somebody like him, that makes a very big impression on me. I really like the way this project is set up. People walk in the forest, and I'm not saying that everywhere has to be art everywhere around, but how it's done here, that just now and then there is something. Maybe some people can even ignore it and just walk past by, and other people it awakens maybe a special sense.